Is the stock 6-speed Brompton enough for hilly commuting? Honestly, it's not. After 2,500 km tour, including the Alps, I realized it was time for an upgrade. I never wanted to push my fully loaded Brompton up small hills ever again. My plan? Swap 50-tooth chainring for a 39-tooth chainring to make climbing a bit easier. The 50-tooth chainring gives about 35 gear inches, which isn't enough for 3 to 4% inclines. Swapping to a 39-tooth chainring brings it down to 25 gear inches, making climbing a bit easier. As a rule of thumb, adding 10 kilos to a rider and bike system of 85 kilos on a 5% hill makes it feel like climbing a 5.59% hill. This translates to roughly 11 to 76% increase in the force required to climb the hill. To put it into perspective, imagine you are at the bottom of a long, steep staircase and your goal is to reach the top. Imagine you are wearing a heavy backpack filled with 35 kilos of rocks. This extra weight makes every movement more difficult. Now these stairs are built with very high steps. Each step is a significant lift. You have to rise your leg way up to get onto the next step. And this is like riding on a high gear. A high gear inch means you cover more distance with each pedal, in this case vertical height or stair step, but it requires more effort per step. And what happens? Climbing these stairs feels absolutely brutal. Every time you lift your leg, you are lifting that extra weight against gravity. It's tiring and requires a lot of strength. In conclusion, your 39-tooth chainring with small wheels is like trying to climb a staircase with those very high steps. The small wheels means you need to take more of those hard steps to cover the distance. Anyway, to change the chainring, I needed a 5mm Allen key, chain pliers, a new 39-tooth chainring, and 6 to 8-speed chain. For the chain, I used a SRAM 114-link 8-speed chain, which I eventually had to shorten to make it fit. First, I unpacked the new chainring, an off-brand model without any chain guards. As long as it has 130 BCD on its name, it should work.
But looks solid. It's made from aluminium. And it's really lightweight. It should be lighter than the chainring with the chain cover. I like the black color, so I will just need to buy maybe the black cranks to go with it. Not sure yet.
Then I removed the chain by releasing the tensioner and detaching it from the chainring. With the chain hanging, I unscrewed the chainring and replaced it with a new one.
With the all screws out, we can remove the old chainring and install the new one. Man, this is so much smaller in comparison. Look at this. Also much lighter. And it's done.
Ideally, I should have replaced the chain to prevent wear on the sprockets. However, I decided to keep the old chain for now. And to make it work, I needed to cut 2 links from the chain.
Like this. So I broke the chain and now I will need to remove 2 links.
A few moments later.
Okay guys, I forgot a chain cutter, so I will leave it for another day. But it's more difficult than I expected.
Back at home, I decided to replace the old chain anyway. Using the chain meter, I found it was too loose, having only 75% of its original strength. So I unpacked the new chain, which came with unlinking connecting links, ready for installation. And based on an online calculator with a 39-tooth chainring, 16-tooth sprocket, and 410mm chainstay, the recommended chain length is 94 links. And since the SRAM chain has 114 links, I had to remove 20 links to reach the recommended length. Using a chain cutter, I shortened the chain by removing the excess links. Then I used the chain pliers to reconnect the links and secure the chain.
And voila, the chain is on. Let's put this onto Brompton, man.
A few moments later.
In the end, I am really happy with the lower gears. However, the lack of chain cover is a bit annoying as dirt gets into the chain. It is still not quite enough to climb mountains with loaded Brompton, but at least I won't have to push every time there is a tiny bump on the road. Hope you like this video, subscribe for more, and see you next time.